Hello my dear friends, welcome to my channel. My name is Max Fadeev. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it yet. Put a like under this video and I'm starting. My journey across Europe began with my arrival to Moscow. After a tour of the city and sightseeing, I decided to take a photo next to the library of Lenin. Walking further in Moscow, I noticed a very beautiful fountain which is located near the Central Exhibition Center. Walking past the fountain, you get into various Russian fairy tales, such as The Princess and Frog, a fairy tale about a goldfish. When I went to the Red Square, I couldn't take a picture with Lenin's mausoleum. The first European country I visited was Poland. I stayed at the Pajero Hotel. Outside the hotel there were many beautiful buildings such as the Egyptian pyramid with Egyptian hieroglyphs. The pyramid looks a lot like the original and I couldn't get past it without being photographed next to the pyramid. I had a bus tour in Europe and then our bus took us to the capital of Poland, a very beautiful city of Warsaw. Warsaw is the capital and the largest city in Poland by population and territory. The city became the de facto capital in 1596 when, after a fire at Wawel Castle in Krakow, King Sigismund III moved his residence here, with the capital status of the city confirmed only in the Constitution of 1791. The Vistula River flows through the city, dividing the city approximately equally. The main symbol of Warsaw is certainly the Warsaw Mermaid. Its image can be found on the city's coat of arms. A monument in the style of urban sculpture is placed on the market square of Folklore Creature. The coat of arms of Warsaw is a red French shield, a ribbon with a motto, a royal crown on the upper boundary of the shield, and the silver cross of the Order of Military Merit at the turn of the shield. The flag of Warsaw consists of two equal horizontal stripes of red and yellow color. The history of Warsaw is inextricably linked to that of Poland. The first fortified settlements were established on the territory of present-day Warsaw in the 9th century, and for many centuries the history of the city was concentrated around the area under the modern name Old Town. In its history, the city has suffered numerous epidemics, invasions and military battles, devastating fires, and has been banned from further expansion. The hardest test for Warsaw was the Swedish invasion 1655 to 1660, the Northern War 1702, 1704, 1705, the War of the Polish Succession, the Warsaw Morning War 1794, the Storm Prague 1794, the Polish Uprising 1830, the Polish Uprising 1863, the First World War, the Defense of Warsaw 1939, and a real bombardments during it, and uprising in the Warsaw Ghetto, the Warsaw Uprising 1944, followed by the German occupation of most of the city. The city was also the scene of other important but less destructive events. Here the kings of Poland were chosen, the Polish parliament met, and the Poles won a victory over the Bolsheviks during the Battle of Warsaw in 1920. At the beginning of the 15th to 16th centuries, Warsaw was the capital of Mazovia. In 1596 to 1795, the residence of Polish kings and grand princes of Lithuania. In 1791 to 1795, the capital of Poland. In 1807 to 1813, the Duchy of Warsaw. From 1815 to 1915, the Kingdom of Poland in the possession of the Russian Empire. From 1918 to 1939, Warsaw was the capital of the Polish Republic, and from 1952 to 1989, it was the capital of the People's Republic of Poland. In the 16th and 19th centuries, in Warsaw there were Bernardines who built a monastery and a church in the city. During the occupation of 1939 to 1944, during World War II, the administrative center of the Governorate General was located in Krakow. During World War II, Central Poland, particularly Warsaw, was under the General Governorate, the Nazi colonial administration. All institutions of higher education were closed, and the entire Jewish population of Warsaw, several hundred thousand, approximately 30% of the city's population, was sent to the Warsaw Ghetto. On 19 April 1943, a decree was issued to destroy the ghetto. The Jews began an uprising that lasted for almost a month. When the fight was over, almost all survivors were wiped out. Only some were able to escape or hide. In July 1944, the Red Army entered deep into Polish territory, pursuing the Germans to Warsaw. The Polish government in exile, which was in London, ordered the underground army of Krajowa to free Warsaw from the Nazis just before the arrival of the Red Army. And on August 1st, 1944, when the Second Tank Army did not conduct any active offensive action and consolidated on the lines reached, the Kryov Army began the Warsaw Uprising 1944, which lasted 63 days but eventually ended in surrender. The captured rebels were taken to prisoner camps in Germany and the civilian population deported. Hitler, disregarding the agreed terms of the surrender, ordered the complete destruction of the city, libraries and museums to be taken to Germany or burned. About 85% of the city has been destroyed, in particular the historic sites of Maszto and the Royal Castle. Warsaw was liberated on 17 January 1945 by Soviet forces as a result of the Vistula Order operation. The Warsaw Bell is a bronze bell set on a pedestal in the center of the small triangular square of the Cathedral Chapter Canonia in Warsaw. There is a belief that whoever touches this bell bypasses it 3 times and makes a wish, it will surely come true. In 1939, the bell was in the Warsaw National Museum, and in 1972 it was installed in the Cathedral Chapter Square. The bell was cast in 1546 by the court master of King Vladislav IV, Daniel Tin, and was intended for the bell ring on the building of the Jesuits College of Yaroslava. Due to the presence of cracks on the hull during the casting process, the bronze bell couldn't be used to create the ringing.